7 years ago that you lost Ella. Does it ever get any easier as time? You know, people say time is a healer. Can you now deal with it?
Yeah, I think it
more
does.
Easily?
It does get easier. It does get easier with time. I think the fact that Jim and I do all this charity work in her memory as well really keeps her alive for us. That's really important for us, that we keep her legacy going. But yeah, as they say, time is a great healer, and you do slowly come to terms with it. I don't think you ever lose the pain, but you come to terms with it and you learn to deal with it.
But you learn to live.
You learn to live with it, yeah. But it's always there, always
What
there.
about the two of you? You hear so many awful circumstances where people have had a tragedy in their lives, and it actually breaks people apart. It seems to have made you stronger, you say. You know, how hard is it to support each other when you're both going through the same grief?
It's tough. I mean, we heard a statistic after we lost ella-jayne that 75% of parents who lose a child end up splitting up. And it is tough because you grieve in different ways and at different times, and that can cause friction. But we just, I don't know, some people do and some people don't. We were lucky.
I think, again, it's the charity. I think because we formed this charity together, it's sort of brought us together. It's made that awful tragedy mean something. You know, we're giving something back, and that sort of makes it better.
You put all your energies
go into that.
So your daughter, she had a hole in the heart.
She did.
So you found it when you was actually pregnant.
Yeah.
How far gone were you?
No, we didn't find it.
Oh no, when I was 35 weeks.
35 weeks.
I'd gone in for a scan, and I was having the scan, and I just saw in the doctor's faces, I could just see that there was something wrong. I was like, oh no. And he went, she's very, very small. She's got a very small head. We're not quite sure what's going on. He went back, in come all the consultants, you know, they're all having a look. By the next day, I was in hospital. She was taken out. I gave a little cry and then was gone. They brought her round. She was given blood transfusions.
So you had an emergency caesarean, which is quite a disconnecting thing.
Really, no bonding experience at all. No. She was just taken out and then brought back to life, put in an incubator and taken away. I didn't see her for 24 hours.
Oh. And what about you, James? Did you get to see her or hold her at that point?
I mean, I was there in surgery for the caesarean. At the head end as opposed to the business. Looking after Sarah. And obviously I was shown ella-jayne, and then very quickly it transpired something was wrong because, as Sarah said, there was a huge onslaught of doctors. She was rushed off, but because Sarah was obviously being stitched up and, you know, having just undergone the caesarean, they took me out and kept me as informed as possible. It's very hard when they don't know the answers either. And there's me going, what's going on? What the hell's going on? And it was it's all still a fug.
It must be surreal, actually, like you're in the most horrible nightmare.
I sort of feel the same because it's the same thing with me. Both of my youngest were emergency caesareans, and it's like they just take the baby off you.
Yes.
And Kieran actually spent more time with the baby than me because I was like you, on the bed being sewn up. And it's so surreal because all you want to do is touch the baby, bond with the baby.
Yeah. It's terrifying. It's terrifying to see it being whisked off and not seeing it for all that time. And then when I did see the baby, when I did see ella-jayne,
you couldn't hold her?
I couldn't hold her. She was in an incubator. She was, you know, had bells and whistles all over. And then within an hour, she was taken to Southampton from Winchester to have her first open heart surgery. And so that was it. She was gone.
And Southampton General Hospital is who you raise money for. Obviously, this is, of course, very close to your heart. You sadly lost ella-jayne in the January. She did come home.
She did.
For Christmas.
I mean, thanks to Southampton, and the reason why we work so hard for them is that they gave us the time that we had with her. She was a very, very poorly little girl. She had a very complicated heart defect. It couldn't really be fixed, but they did their best. They gave us 8 months, 4 of which we had her at home. So she got to meet my parents, Jim's parents, had Christmas with us, New Year, and she passed away peacefully in her cot on the 3rd of January.
At home with you, which, yes, would have been the best place for you both.
Yeah. What do you want to achieve with your fundraising for the hospital?
Well, to date, we've already we've raised 300,000 for 2 new bed spaces in the paediatric intensive care unit. So that's kind of done and dusted as a campaign. And our new campaign, which is why we're here today, is 2 Million Steps, which is to raise £2 million for a £4 million build for a brand new paediatric emergency department down in Southampton. George Osborne's very kindly match-funded us 2 million of that in the latest
That's
budget.
after a lot of campaigning from you.
A lot of
Yeah.
lobbying.
Lobbying, like.
A lot of lobbying. A lot of lobbying. But he's given us 2 million. We've got to find another 2 million in 2 years. And then there will be a brand new emergency department.
I mean,
which
it's a
will save
fantastic
thousands
major
of
trauma
lives.
centre. It covers such an enormous area, Southampton Hospital, 9 counties in all. Goes all the way from East Sussex all the way up to Oxfordshire, the Channel Islands, the Isle of Wight. You always just think, oh, it's Southampton.
Yeah.
That's it,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's huge, the area it covers.
And this
at
will
the
be
moment-
dedicated.
Oh, sorry,
No,
Ruth.
that's
I was
right.
going to say that at the moment, if your child's rushed to A&E, they're all mixed up with adults.
They are.
It's awful.
You get
Yeah.
a 3-year-old who's, I don't know, broken their leg or whatever, next, in a bed next to a 60-year-old.
Drunk, you know,
Yeah.
who's
Yeah.
swearing and attacking the nurse. And
Yeah.
it's just horrible. Kids need the decency and the
The dignity
privacy
and
and
the
the
privacy,
dignity. That,
And the parents.
And
do
the
as well.
parents
yes,
as well.
absolutely.
We said that's for the Paediatric Intensive Care Unit at Southampton General Hospital. We'll put details of your fundraising. It's good to see you. I must say to people, you did go on to have your lovely daughter Nell,
Yes.
who's 6, so there was happiness eventually for
we
you
have
both
a
as parents.
miracle baby now,
Yeah.
and she's terrific.
Would you
and
have
great.
more?
I don't know if I can anymore. I'd love to have had
Yeah.
more, but I think that's going to be it.
Yeah. If you've enjoyed that, then why not click here for more? And don't forget to subscribe by clicking here, so that you never miss out on the best Loose Women moments.
What about her sons, Michael and Robert? How are they coping?
They're okay, because they don't live with me anymore. Well, Michael never lived with us anyway. Robbie's moved out. He's now living with his father. And, so we've all got our own lives to get on with. They're young, they got their own girlfriends, etc., etc. I'm just Billy No Mate, so, you know.
The book you've written, My Linda,